Darryl, I Dream of Dinghy. Today I am on Aubrey Wilson's boat from Sailing Miss Lone Star, and I've been waiting. I've been on the boat for a couple weeks. I've been seeing what's happening, how the boat runs, all of the details behind it, and I've just been waiting for the moment that Aubrey and Doug, who's the other crew member, are on shore so I can do a little behind the scenes of what it's like on Sailing Miss Lone Star's new boat, how it works, and some cool things that you might want to see. Let's go do a tour. Here's what I'm thinking on the tour. I wrote a little list, so let's go through this list. The list is going to be motor, the fridge systems, overall mechanical. We're going to talk about what fishing gear Aubrey has, where the quarters are, and those arrangements. Food. What kind of food does Aubrey Wilson eat? Well, same as me this last couple weeks, so let's go check it out. Next part I'll show you is the motor, how to start it, what you need to turn on, and where you crank the throttle. Let's go have a look. Okay, so this is the interior helm station that of course has to do with how we start the boat. I told you I'd show you. So right down here we have our starting and engine gauges. There's our keys and our push button. Down here we have the fuel tank selector. So we do have two main tanks and an auxiliary tank. Over here is part of your B&G, which is our autopilot and electronics. This is our starting battery. And then this is our house batteries that we're trying to get all charged up right now. So these are the two things that you need to know, and the gauges to start. And then just below this is the motherboard of the boat. So we basically just are gonna come through here. We're gonna find out we don't need anchor lights. We might want some running lights. You know, we'll go through all of that. This is the deck lighting for those. These are all your cabin lights, your water pumps. It's cool to just to go through this. We've got propane for the stove and stuff. So let's see, electronics you're gonna need on. You're gonna need your VHF. We'll probably empty the toilets before we go. We've got a couple fridges on board, and then our outlets. Over on this side, we do have our bilge pump, our high and low bilge pump. This is the upper helm. It does not have a start. It does have your B&G wind indicators and all of that. It has your plotter radar control here. We got our temperature alarms here. And then under here, we have our fuel system, which Aubrey had installed. And that's just the polishers and cleaners for the fuel. So there's no starting up here. That being said, we have a couple more things to show you. Autopilot, B&G, and our VHF radio that connects inside. On the side here, this is where we start the boat. So when someone is down below, we're going to be putting that into gear and, well, pushing this button and then putting it into gear to give us a bit of revs, okay? So for starting the Houdini, it's check all the gauges. You're going to turn the key from the inside, and on the outside, someone is going to push the center of the throttle and move it forward to gas it up a little bit to get that diesel pushing. Okay, we now know how to start Houdini when Aubrey's not around. Let's look at the fridge systems that we have on board and what Aubrey has set up. It's in place, tons of space down here. It's just some liquids left. Yeah, so we have the cooler box. It's always a mess. It's not that messy. It's organized, but like when you're moving around, sometimes things shift and you're trying to dig down, and it's just way easier in the fridge, but it's so nice to have all of that extra space. You really need it. We've been out here for 20 days, so it's nice to have. Let's go check out the one last thing. This is the Dometic fridge. This one is set up as just as a fridge or a freezer. You can do it at a fridge or a freezer. Right now, it's all of our frozen goods, and yeah, wow, it's needed. Okay, so now we've dealt with fridges, how that system works, and how to start Houdini. I'm just gonna dive into the mechanical end of Houdini and just do a quick overview. You can see the motor's right under the center, and this is just on the bulkhead side of the engine room. That's how we make water and what we drink. The next thing is going to be the fuel polisher. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a simple system. I meant it's easy to access. This is the transfer and polisher, it says here, main engine, pre-filter, day tank polisher. Anyways, that's that. So I'll show you the bit of the motor, and then the only other thing that needs to get fixed on Houdini that I've noticed is there's just a tiny, and that's all it takes, little wobble in the shaft, and the stuffing box is just dripping a little bit, so that'll have to get taken care of. Not a big deal, but it's got to get done, and Aubrey knows that. She's on it, so yeah, just great. It's awesome. here's the engine, guys. Great engine so far. Couple little issues, but with the alternator, that's the only thing we've really had. And then in the back, I'm not sure you'll see it, there's your stuffing box and your drive shaft. And yeah, we're done in the mechanical room. I know it's a quick tour. Everything seems to run smoothly. The motor, great. The water maker's been working awesome. The polisher's kicking butt. And yeah, all around, it's not such a big deal. Everything is really well taken care of, and Aubrey's done a great job making sure that, you know, you can feel confident in the motor. Anyways, here's the rods. First one is just our little casting rod. We got some braided line on there with a mono leader. Just a great casting rod. I've caught big tuna on this trip, and wow, was that a fight. So anyways, those are the two rods. I didn't quite realize that we've lost a lot of the gear this trip. So let's check out what we have left. So we've got this tuna guy. It's been killing it. That we hooked to a hand line, and we've done amazing. Just some jigging. We've trolled with a couple of those. We've lost some. We have a couple of weights. I'll throw those in there. Some jig heads. These have been amazing for tuna. You can't even believe it. These white ones, like how simple with a lead head, and it just wiggles and the tuna love it. So a couple little bits, some 60-pound mono, and our braided line, and that's it for fishing. Like I said, we had a few more. They're gone, I guess. Okay, oh boy. We've gone through starting. We've gone through the engine. We've gone through the polishing and water systems, the fishing gear, probably some other things. Now, we're gonna show you where everyone sleeps. This is the helm station and the kitchen, and we're gonna head down into the living room. Okay, this is the living room. So we've got the TV, awesome. Oh my gosh, look at that fireplace. It is so amazing. Heats this place up. One of my favorite things is the fireplace, but even more is this. The wood on this boat is so stunning. It's absolutely amazing. You can't believe it. The inside is just, look at this. How cool is that? It's everywhere. So cool. It's on every single door inside. It's just amazing. They're different graphics. This boat has so much character. It is so cool. I love it. So this is the living room. Below, actually what you might notice is the Dometic's currently sitting right there. Below the floor is where the lithium batteries sit. Below, sitting on the hall, down in the bilge there, they're in this nice little box that's been made. It's great. Right now, this is where my bed is. Usually there's big couch cushions along the back, and it's a perfect couch for watching TV over there. We do have a couch on the other side, but this is currently my bunk. So I'm in the living room. I have like some cupboard space, all my camera gear, and everything's organized. The rest of it's just up getting washed. Let's go check out the next cabin. Okay, so this is where Dougie's sleeping right now. This is the middle cabin, I guess you'd call it. It's awesome. So you have the bunk up here. It's a little bit high. You jump onto, there's a foot pedal, and then, or a foot stand, and then there's all the cupboard space below. You can't beat the cupboard space. Yeah, it's an amazing spot. And then up forward, there's actually two more bunks for crew, but I'll have to get to that later because I've actually got a bunch of cushions in there organized and lined up, just because we have a full crew and we've been working on the boat. We had to move a bunch of stuff, so I'll get to that. But yeah, this is the second bunk. It's awesome. It's great. You know, you have your own portal. This boat has so much character. It's unbelievable. You can look around and you never get bored. Can't beat it. I'm so happy. This is like, it's not a dry boat. I doubt it, but you know, we haven't been drinking and I just love that. So we've been having a lot of fun without it. Not that I dislike drinking, but sometimes you want to go out boating and have some fun. So what we drink on board, a bit of a rundown on food. So let's go over some of the food stuff. Okay, these are the snacks. This is Aubrey's room. Oh my gosh, it is so amazing. It has these cool portals. The bed sheets are off, as I said, so you're gonna have to